Yeah.
Alright. So this is podcast for January. This is Nicola. You can introduce yourself.
Hey. I do like I'm Italian. My dad's like Greek. Sports I like water polo and boxing.
Okay.
Like those are two main ones I do.
Nice.
And yeah.
Cool. Tell us about. I know you lived in Italy for a while.
Yeah.
What's it like being in the U.S. compared to being in Italy? Or
Well,
how is society different?
Like the school, first of all, is the main thing that I found different. Like there it's more like study. Here it's more like critical thinking and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there they'll make you study until you can no more. Here it's more like you only study at school.
Right. You don't do as much work at home.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think the schools in Italy? Did you go to like a public school in Italy?
No, I went to private school because they're different there than they are here.
Okay.
So.
Got it. So you think the school you went to in Italy is more strict than
Yeah, definitely.
at our school? Okay, cool. Me and Nicola both go to the same school.
Yeah.
At Deal in DC right now. So boxing and water polo. How did you get into water polo, or when did you get into it?
Well, last year, I've always liked swimming, and I was like one of the only sports I was actually good at.
Right.
And so at some point, I saw in the other pool, how they were doing water polo,
Okay.
and the training was much harder than I did in my normal pool with for swimming practice. So
Yeah.
I got into it. I signed up, and then it was a really fun sport. It's really just like soccer on water.
Right. Yeah. It sounds pretty cool. Are there positions in water polo?
I mean, yeah, you got more than positions. There are like strategies, like formations and stuff.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's kind of like I imagine it as soccer, but like
Yeah.
you can use your hands and it's just on water.
Like the positions are like numbers. There's like all the way until
Right.
like yeah.
Yeah, which can be, I feel like in other sports you can have numbers, like in
Yeah.
basketball, your point guard is your number one.
Yeah. Here it says like our hats.
Right. How old were you when you got into it?
I was like 12. So
Okay, so recently.
yeah, recently.
Nice. When you go professional, you're not gonna be like, I've been playing water polo since I was 3.
Yeah.
Nice. And then boxing. When did you get into boxing?
So kind of since like the 5th grade, where I actually did it a bit with
Yeah.
well, not the 5th grade, more like 6th grade, kind of the end.
Yeah.
Cause my uncle and my grandpa, they both did boxing. And they kind of inspired me
Yeah.
more. So I kind of decided to kind of teach myself a bit at home.
Right.
Because my main thing when I taught myself at home was like the VR.
Oh, you use VR. That's cool.
Yeah, and
Is there like a thing on VR, like a game you can practice with it?
yeah. Then later, I found out I liked this, so I got into lessons.
Nice. That's cool. Have you ever gotten in like a ring and actually fought? Or
I mean, except for sparring,
what's
really sparring it's more. So in sparring, you're not supposed to use your full strength. It's still like you're supposed to punch them. Still, it's like a
Yeah,
match.
right. Yeah.
Just like, but more to learn than to.
Okay.
actually.
Less to like beat them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. So you're not in like a league or anything, or are you?
Well, I mean, no, I'm not in a league. It's more like a self sport. Like you can have a
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah.
But
That's cool. That's cool. Anything you like to do other than sports?
I mean, like, except for like I like sports a lot. I go to like, but except for that, I don't know. I don't know if this counts it's like kind of an at-home sport, like going for runs and like
Yeah, that's cool.
lifting and.
Yeah. What's your workout schedule?
Oh, so I work out 5 days a week.
Okay.
Monday it's chest and arms.
Okay.
I use it's kind of like a cable machine.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it at your house.
So
It's a pretty cool.
it's like cables, you know, and so like some of the movements are like limited and stuff, but
Right.
and yeah,
That's cool.
and then Tuesday it's more abs, and I go for a run.
Okay. So, would
Wednesday,
you
like-
consider a run like legs? I guess it's like your whole body, but
I mean, running more legs, but you still swing your arms.
right.
But
you're
it
still
really
running.
doesn't strengthen your legs. Like it's more cardio.
Like cardiovascular, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. What about Wednesday?
Wednesday I have legs and abs.
Okay.
Then Thursday I have arms and chest. And then Friday I legs and abs. I can't do much again because like my back injury. So for example, I think I can do lat pull downs, but I don't want to risk it.
Yeah.
But like I don't have a back day, so or I
Okay.
can't even train shoulders.
Yeah. Do you work out just like for water polo or just like to get stronger in general?
I mean, I work out because you have to get stronger, but it'll help you in like many sports, like especially boxing.
Yeah.
If you train endurance and water polo too, it'll help you. So
That's cool. Yeah. I guess water polo must be. Do you think it's like harder than it looks?
definitely,
Yeah.
it's
Like treading water for like a long time.
that's true. You'll find at the end of a game, all the players have red faces
Yeah.
because
Why is
they push themselves to the max. That's why the games are like less than an hour.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
Yeah.
But-
I imagine it as like one of those sports similar to basketball where it's like how many people are on the water for each team?
That's like I think like 7 players.
Yeah. So I think of like baseball and soccer as kind of similar in a similar genre of sport because they use big fields with a lot of people and a lot of space. Whereas, and it's not as, well, obviously soccer is fast moving,
Yeah.
but it's less intense to watch. Whereas like things like hockey, basketball, or water polo, it's like a very confined area that you're playing in.
Yeah.
And it's very fast paced and everyone's moving constantly, like
Definitely.
moving around. So that's how I kind of think of the sports. And then there's obviously things like the borderline sports that like people say that they're sports but they're not. Well, I mean, I don't want to
Yeah, it's
discriminate
not.
against any sports, but you know things.
Chess is not like
yeah,
chess is
yeah,
more like
yeah. Like stop considering you're an athlete when
I'm
you
an
start
athlete.
getting a grandmaster. Yeah, I feel like a sport needs to. You have to kind of move
like
around, which is a terrible description, but you know.
yeah, like you actually have to. It has to be like full body, not full body, but there are sports like that aren't full body.
Yeah, and some people say like things are not a sport when they really are, just because they're not like popular. So like
Yeah.
I would consider like, well, not popular where they are. So like curling, like I would consider it a sport, or like snowboarding.
Definitely.
Because-
Snowboarding, yeah, it's
Snowboarding I think can be a sport, but it can also just be not a sport. Like if you're just going up to like a slope, and snowboarding that, I wouldn't say I'm playing a sport. But if I'm
yeah,
in like a competition where, like the Olympic snowboarding is definitely a sport.
definitely. Snowboarding is much harder than skiing.
Yeah, I actually went snowboarding yesterday at Whitetail. It's
I went-
really fun. I think it's pretty underrated. Skiing is very popular, and I think snowboarding.
For beginners, skiing is a choice,
Yeah.
but you can choose both. Skateboarding is just harder. I chose skiing when I went like
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah. I feel like some snowboarders and skiers have like beef.
Yeah.
Because they, always saying one is better than the other. But honestly, I don't have anything against any skiers.
Me neither.
I respect both sports. Obviously, I like snowboarding better though. I think
Yeah.
snowboarding is just like a little bit cooler.
It feels more fun too.
Yeah.
I've never tried it, but
Yeah.
after I tried skiing, I mean, I really don't even know how to turn the skis. Like
Yeah.
I could imagine. I have more respect for snowboarders knowing that like snowboarding is harder.
Yeah. I feel like some parts of snowboarding is harder. Some parts of skiing are easier. Like if you're doing a flip, which like if you've seen like the Red Bull sponsored videos of like people doing like triple backflips.
Extreme sports.
Yeah, like the extreme sports. Those are like wild. And I feel like flipping on skis has got to be so much more difficult.
I feel
because like you've got so much more on your feet. But
I feel
that
like
gives you more to balance.
Red Bull is doing like everything except for selling drinks. Because like
yeah, like they're worried about the weirdest things. Like they're like sponsoring all these extreme sports of like people on like motorbikes just like flipping off the mountains.
Yeah, like they have their own Formula One line thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I mean, I guess their drinks.
I mean, they have like
I've never had a Red Bull drink.
I'm pretty sure like every time you drink it, it's like 5% more risk of cancer. It's like
yeah, I bet. Yeah, there's like so much caffeine in those drinks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
Alright, it's been 11 minutes.
Cool record.
A record, yeah. Alright, that wraps it up.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, that was good.